Well, good morning, church fam. It's a Saturday morning. We are actually out at Lions Den Park. Zoe's fixing to cheer for a 5K race that Granger Chevrolet is putting on. So I wanted to take just a minute and record a video for today. John chapter 18 is just a really powerful chapter. We see a lot of things happening here. Jesus has been arrested. He's prayed in the garden, been arrested. Peter has denied Jesus 3 times. Jesus encounters Pilate and is been questioned by Pilate. Pilate's going to find Jesus not guilty. Again, a lot of things happening in here. And I want to just address a couple of things. We're going to talk about Peter and his denial of Jesus in a separate video, so we'll save that for later. But I want to point out, Jesus has gone to the Garden of Gethsemane. He's prayed. John doesn't spend a lot of time talking about Gethsemane. He spends a lot of time talking about the events of the encounter with Pilate. Probably because John's gospel is going to come later than Matthew, Mark, and Luke. So John he knows you guys know those things that have already happened. So he's going to address things a little bit differently. Matthew, Mark, and Luke are what we call the synoptic gospels. They're very similar. John's gospel, again, is written much later than the others. Still a very, an early testimony of Jesus Christ, but it's the last of the 4 gospels to be written. So he knows that you already know this story. But again, with the encounter in the Garden of Gethsemane, that's a very powerful thing, and we find that in the other gospel accounts where Jesus is going and he's praying to the Father. He said, "Father, if there's any other way, let this cup pass from me." The cup that he's referring to is the wrath of God, and what Jesus is talking about and what Jesus is going to do there on the cross is he is going to drink the cup of God's wrath. He's going to just drink it all the way down to the last drop, taking the wrath of God on himself for us. That is what he's doing. And Jesus says, if there's any other way, if there's another way, if there's another path that these people can do, if there's any other way that they could get saved, find redemption, let's do that. We already know John 14:6, Jesus says, "I am the way, the truth, the life. No one comes to the Father except through me." So this is the only way. This just reiterates the fact that there's no other way. If there was a plan B, let's go with plan B, but there was not a plan B. And Jesus says, "Not my will, but your will be done." And Jesus goes to the cross. He's betrayed, he's arrested, and then, he's before Pilate, and Pilate asks him a question. He asks him a few questions. He's interviewing him. "Are you the King of the Jews?" Jesus, you say rightly, "For this reason I've come into this world." And has this line of questioning, and one of the things that Pilate asked Jesus, he says, "What is truth?" And we live in a day and age where, unfortunately, that's a reality that we're still dealing with. People try to redefine the word truth. Contrary to popular belief, you don't get your own truth. Somebody says, "Well, I'm just living my truth," or "That's true for you, but it's not true for me." This is a line of reasoning that we cannot allow to go forward. It's untrue, right? There's only one truth. The truth is the truth. 4 plus 4 equals 8. It is true for me, and it's true for you. You might say 4 plus 4 is 7, and you might say, "Well, that's true for me." No, you're just wrong, and I'm sorry. We have to make that distinction. Truth is truth. You don't get your own version of it. You don't get to rewrite the truth in your own definition, in your own image, right? You have to understand that truth is truth. And you don't get your own version of it. Regardless of what things that you may say, truth is truth, and we don't get to rewrite that. And the truth is, the gospel is true. We're going to go and see in just the next few chapters that Jesus is going to die on a cross and he's going to be resurrected. And that stands true. We've got eyewitnesses who have confirmed it. Jesus says Paul says of the resurrection in 1 Corinthians chapter 15, that Jesus was seen alive by over 500 people. So it's not like something that we just came up with and said, hey, we're just gonna, this is our word against yours. This is lots of people saw this and experienced it. And Paul even says, if you don't ask me, go ask. I mean, if you don't believe me, go ask them, because they're still alive, right? You can go and question them. The truth is the truth. And I want you to understand that and rest in that. Rest in the truth that Jesus did for you what you could not do for yourselves. Make sure that you get with your groups today. I know we're moving toward the end of our 21 days. Keep pressing through. Keep digging into the Word. Keep talking with your groups, because this is a chance for you to grow and experience the gospel. The gospel is true. Jesus did for us what we could not do for ourselves. He lived, He died, and He rose again. He is the fulfillment of the Old Testament promises. He is the Messiah, and there is only one way to heaven, and it is through Jesus, the way, the truth, and the life. I love you guys. God bless you. Have an awesome day.